The Fresh and Fit downfall will always be funny to me because of this clip.
Our channel's better than yours.
Facts.
We get more views than you. We've been on less than you. We work harder than y'all niggas. We cut our hair more than you niggas. Like, yo, if y'all want to like roast,
we get more girls than y'all
we get
niggas.
more girls than y'all. Like, if y'all really want to do this.
But it looks like their downfall is finally complete as Fresh and Fit just announced that they're quitting YouTube.
It no longer makes sense for us to stream on YouTube. Number one, we have to censor ourselves, and then number two, it holds us back from being able to ever remonetize the channel.
And honestly, this has been a long time coming. Fresh and Fit have been demonetized on YouTube for over 2 years at this point. Their views on this platform have been dropping, with some of their videos not even cracking 20,000, which is crazy considering they have 1.5 million subs on YouTube. But it really doesn't matter from a monetary standpoint because they don't get paid off their videos anyway. So the best they can do is post a video, hope it does well, and then funnel viewers to Rumble for their live stream. But as they feel like YouTube is no longer pushing their content, there's just no point. And you can see this coming from a mile away, especially with the path that Marvin chose to go down with his content.
Man, holy shit. Send them back to Africa, bro. That's it. That's it, bro. If you say fucking axe instead of ask, if you fucking wear weaves, if you fucking perm your hair and it still looks like shit, if you commit acts of guns violence, if you're a member of a gang, send them back to fucking Africa, bro. I'm tired of it. Yo, send these back to Wakanda, to Liberia, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Send these back, bro. Damn. Was the kind worth it? Was the fucking kind worth it?
But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. Who made this graphic? Why did they make Fresh look like Julius Randle? Like he looks like an NBA player. No, they definitely made Fresh look like he was like 6'4".
We did After Hours with girls. And during the course of that show, if you guys remember, we only were on YouTube for about 20 minutes. And anybody that watched that show, I highly recommend you guys go watch it. It's up on Rumble right now in full. The show is 10 times better.
Yeah.
And something clicked for me as we were doing that, right? Though we are able to operate in a fashion on YouTube, right, and say what we want to say, we're able to put it out in a way more entertaining, truthful, and raw perspective that, quite frankly, is required in this day and age of political correctness. Now, we're seeing the recession of freedom of censorship a bit, but it's still alive and well. As you guys know, we got demonetized August of last year. It's been officially 2 years now, and we've still been able to operate, and we've still been able to grow the audience and still be able to create content for 2 years.
Right, but they're streamers and not really YouTubers. They live stream their podcasts and other special episodes, and then they post those clips on YouTube. The thing that I think Myron is getting at is that most streamers, they make money streaming, but they make so much more money by posting clips on YouTube. And on top of that, as opposed to old streams that just go away, you make money forever on YouTube. Those videos that you post a year, 2, 3 years ago still get views because of YouTube searchability. And without them being able to be monetized on YouTube, that's definitely hurting their pockets.
You know, and I think we've taken it kind of in stride, right? As you guys know, the channel is growing, the topics that we cover are growing. We still obviously have our red pill essence.
Yeah, their channel is absolutely not growing and hasn't grown in a really long time. That's February 2023. At least by subs, it's been like a constant downslide and then just a flat line after that. So Marvin is capping. It's about the same for the views. It's been kind of consistently flat for a long time at this point. But this is the same dude that also said he was getting more views than Abba and Preach, and that clearly isn't true.
Let's go ahead and look at their channel, right? They make a video on me. Let's look, 330K views in 11 hours. They make a video on Pearl, 522. But if they don't talk about other people, right, that are big. Oh, look, the views are down.
200K.
And I fucking called it. I knew that this was gonna happen.
First off, averaging 250K views per video is great, but it's funny how they just tried to scroll right past these videos with higher numbers, right? 940,000 views and then 477,000 views. They're not talking about Fresh and Fit or Red Pillars. They're just posting their regular videos.
Gonna happen that they were gonna do this because these niggas' views are down. And then you look at the other numbers, right? Look at the Social Blade. They got what? They got 2 million subscribers, right? And they got how many views? 12 million views for the month. You go to my channel by myself,
Yep.
right? 16 million. And I got 337K
And a higher
subscribers and a higher grade.
Let's go.
Yeah, Myron isn't specifically wrong about the numbers, but he's missing context because Abba and Preach were gone for the last 2 weeks. So yeah, he did 16 million views and did more than them, but that's with them being gone 14 days out of 30 and then coming back last week and just posting videos like crazy.
You know, we're diversified. We're able to get into, teach you guys how to buy a car. Last Monday, we showed you guys how to deal with the car market, right?
Nobody watches any of the other videos or other shows that they do other than when they have the girls on or they have another like big influencer on or they do after hours with the girls. Those are their videos or live streams. They get a ton of views. Anytime they do self-help stuff, talk about real estate, credit, buying a car, any of that stuff, it gets absolutely no views. The key to becoming a 1% man, 10,000 views. Anytime they're talking to ladies, much bigger views.
We tell you guys the truth about what it is. Now, obviously telling the truth comes at a cost, right? Number one, they don't want you guys to know this shit. Number two, the more knowledgeable you are about certain topics, the more it becomes a danger. And quite frankly, your ability to speak freely is 100% contingent upon your influence.
That's not true. Being a racist, misogynist, absolute piece of shit is what got him banned off YouTube. It didn't have anything to do with influence or speaking the truth. And the thing is, people follow Fresh and Fit for a certain type of content, as opposed to Myron, who I think carries an audience with him no matter what he talks about. If he does those live debates, he gets views, it goes viral. So Myron himself can kind of talk about anything in a more diversified manner. But people watch Fresh and Fit specifically for the girls, the girl content, the crash out. And that kind of content can only go so far on a platform like YouTube with much stricter TOS. I've had a bunch of videos get demonetized just for the type of content or sensitive content or anything like that. So you can imagine, even if they were a monetized channel, a lot of their content would be demonetized anyway.
If you're highly influential and you're growing too fast, but you're not saying the right things, they clip your wings. Yeah. They did it to us. They did it to Andrew Tate. They did it to Pearl, etc.
Putting Pearl in that category is crazy because she was sexualizing minors. We all know the history Andrew Tate has. So if that's the company you keep, of course you're going to be demonetized.
Despite the setbacks of being demonetized for 2 years, we've been able to grow. But what we've realized is it no longer makes sense for us to stream on YouTube certain episodes because number one, we have to censor ourselves. And then number two, it holds us back from being able to ever remonetize the channel. That's kind of why we've decided, look, we're going to stream the dating shows on Wednesdays, the call-in shows on Fridays, and the after hours only on Rumble and Kick.
If you look at their live view account, they have the most viewers on X, and I'm not really sure how X monetizes or how well it pays, but they have the most viewers on X, then YouTube, and then Rumble. Rumble only has 1,500. What is this? Castle Club has 100, and Kick has 90. So by far, these two are their biggest platforms to live stream off of. But from a business perspective, again, I don't know if it's worth it to keep live streaming on YouTube if they're not getting paid, and they try to get monetized again somewhere down the line, which can hinder them if they keep posting content that YouTube doesn't like.
I find it funny when people sit there and say, oh, first of it fell off. Bro, do you see our Rumble views? Every single video is hitting 1 to 300,000 views.
I don't think it's an argument that they definitely fell off from their height of where they were 3 to 4 years ago. But their live streams on Rumble do numbers. They actually do much better than their YouTube videos. 473,000, 90,000, 50,000, 100,000, 76. Yeah, their live streams definitely do numbers on Rumble. But again, that's with them being able to push their content on YouTube to attract more viewers to then funnel to their Rumble.
Just to add to your point here, I had a big YouTuber call me today. We spoke for like an hour on the phone. He's like, so you guys still demonetized? I was like, yeah, bro.
Fresh always sound like he'd lie.
Most YouTubers would have been out of the game at that point. But he was like, Rumble must be the future because they've been holding you guys down from since back then.
Rumble is not the platform of the future. If anything, Kick is bigger than Rumble, but Rumble was a platform that they were able to get on and build after they got banned from Kick. But I really don't think anybody will argue. YouTube is the #1 video platform. Then after that, as far as live streams, you have Twitch and Kick. Anywhere else other than that really is in the public consciousness. So again, they're able to draw viewers to their Rumble right now because they're using all these other platforms to push their content. I really don't know what would happen if they just solely relied on Rumble. That would have to be 1,500 dedicated followers that just stay with them no matter what.
And also keep in mind, guys, the thing that got us banned was talking about a certain topic before October 7th. Okay, let's be honest here.
Well, now you can freely.
Now you can freely.
Everybody can.
Because I see people taking a lot of the shit that we've been talking about for years now at this point and being able to be on YouTube with it, which is great. Like when I saw Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson.
These guys that preach accountability never take accountability. They didn't get banned just because of what content they were making. They got banned for their delivery, what they were saying, the crash outs, all of that stuff. Somebody like Candace Owens is politically savvy and knows which line she can cross and not cross and how to play the game. Whereas Myron just wants to crash out, say whatever he wants to say and not face repercussions from it from these big corporate platforms. And that's just not the way the game is played.
We talked about it when it was still very dangerous and taboo to talk about it. So we ended up obviously getting put on the radar and then bam, we got demonetized, and we've been able to still survive and operate for 2 years because because of you guys, Council Club, Rumble, Thank God for alternative platforms. People think, oh, well, YouTube, we see our YouTube numbers are down. Bro, we don't focus on YouTube. We cut almost all of our after-hour streams.
The problem with this is these are the guys that talked about views and compared their views to everybody else, and they were shitting on people because of their views, and they were the biggest growing platform, and now all of a sudden views don't matter, which I just think is funny.
If we wanted to take over, we would only stream on YouTube,
Yep.
right? Y'all will see 10, 20,000 watching. Back like it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Why do you guys think most streamers only stream on one platform?
Yeah.
They'll either they only stream on Twitch or Kick. Most streamers take the clips, put it on YouTube, because you make more money actually putting clips up, guys, than you do with streaming on YouTube.
Actually, the new meta for YouTube is clips.
It's all clips.
That's for any streamer, no matter where they stream. If they have an audience, they have an audience. If they multi-stream, it's a lot of people that multi-stream that still maintain their same viewer count. It just gives more viewers an option to watch on whatever platform they're more familiar with or already signed into. But all streamers make a boatload of money by their clips, more so than live streams, unless they're a huge streamer with a huge audience.
A lot of people don't have access to Rumble. They might be in a country that's banned,
Or they want to watch it later on.
or they want to watch it later on or something like that.
They don't know what the fuck.
So that's why we also decided to do Kick.
It's funny, I met people over there that were part of the media conglomerate, and they were like, yeah, well, just so you know, Rumble's banned here because...
Every time Fresh starts talking, the air just leaves the room. It doesn't matter what he's saying or what input he's trying to give. Every single time he starts talking, the air just leaves the room.
But you can get banned at any point in time, no matter who you are. You can say the wrong thing, which means you're subject to losing your channel or your platform. So Rumble was the best answer. And of course, the best platform, because at the end of the day, fellas, you can say what you want, when you want, how you want, and actually no repercussions at all. So
a platform like Rumble is perfect for them because they can say whatever they want, so it works for them. But a bunch of people have gotten banned from platforms like Speed. He got banned from Twitch back in the day, went over to YouTube, and became even bigger than he ever was on Twitch. Tectone is one of those guys that gets banned a lot, and then he just bounces to YouTube and carries his same audience and viewer count until he works whatever out with Twitch.
That is what's allowed us to continue doing what we're doing. And honestly, it allows us to make better content. Even when I do Rumble Kick only, and I cut YouTube, I'm able to it's like a fucking big ass weight off your shoulders. Community guidelines are enforced on certain people versus not on others.
oh, can I say it now? I was invited and courted by some people that work for YouTube. Very nice people.
Anytime Fresh talks or tells a story, it's always some mysterious person that he knows or has a connection with or is doing something with that just can never be validated. Fresh is a fucking secret agent.
We've been banned for 2 years. What's going on? What can we do to fix the issue, And the gist of it was, because you guys, we're taking the other road, which means, for example, because you guys, you don't get the same treatment as other creators. Wow. So now to my face, you're saying it, great. So that to me is selective
Enforcement.
Enforcement.
Yeah.
It's not selective enforcement. The type of content they make that their channels do very well with all the girls around the table, the after-hour shows, that stuff just doesn't mesh with YouTube, which is fine. You got to play the game. You got to know what works, what doesn't work, where. And it seems like they found their space on Rumble. But I don't think it's some shadow ban conspiracy, though.
However, Trump being in office has shifted the culture quite differently, because now, rather than just say, oh, you're banned, it's like, oh, wait, well, you can still on platform, but you can't get money, or you can't have like certain privileges because yada yada.
They got demonetized on YouTube during Biden's term, and Myron got demonetized on X during Biden's term. So I don't know what they mean about Trump allowing them to still exist on YouTube, because they never got banned, they never got deplatformed, they just got demonetized.
We've been put in a box where we're treated differently from other creators. It is what it is, and I
Put yourself in a box.
Social media platforms, if they like you, they'll protect you.
100%.
If they don't, they will ban you. Perfect example, and I
That's true.
don't mean to be a dickhead here, but Hassan Biker, right?
Oh yeah.
ADL was on his ass last year, right? Because you guys know he's very pro-Palestine, which I actually agree with many of his viewpoints. That's probably the only thing me and him agree on. But he's extremely pro-Palestine. He has a big audience over on Twitch. Probably the biggest political streamer on Twitch for the left, absolutely. They lobbied to get him canceled. Instead of banning Hassan because they're the golden boy, they banned us and Sneeko.
Everybody agrees Hassan has horrible takes and should have been banned for a lot of the stuff that he said and was wrong about. And there's no denying that Twitch definitely shows favoritism to Hassan, just like YouTube shows favoritism to Mr. Beast. But Twitch didn't target Sneeko and Fresh and Fit instead of Hassan. I literally made a video the day that Fresh and Fit got banned from Twitch, and it was their own fault for breaking TOS for saying stuff that they weren't allowed to say on Twitch. Plain and simple.
They banned us and Sneeko for off-platform behavior. You cannot even be breaking the terms of service, and they'll find some fucking nebulous, thing in their community guidelines to go after you with that. If you're gonna have community guidelines and you only selectively enforce it on us because of who we are versus other people that do the same things, if not worse, that's where we have the problem. Clearly, we're not getting a fair shake at anything. So what we'll do instead is We're just gonna only do Money Monday stuff on YouTube, only financial content, reapply. Hopefully we get it back, and then maybe we can come back in a way where it's appropriate.
Again, just a lack of accountability. Nobody had an issue with Fresh and Fit when they were just a dating podcast or a men's betterment podcast. The issue with Fresh and Fit came when they became severely toxic, when Myra became racist, when he started going on these tirades and tangents, when he started crashing out on black people, Jewish people, everybody else, when he would be on Twitter nonstop all day, just racist comments and commentary. That's when it became an issue. Nobody had an issue with Fresh and Fit when it was just a red pill dating show. That's not why they got canceled or demonetized, but Myra will not admit that.
We're still going to give you guys financial content here, like one stream a week on Money Monday, and then obviously do the shorts and the clips, maybe with financial stuff, but it's only going to be financial stuff up until now.
This is not even a Fresh and Fit thing. This is a Myron thing. Myron's digital footprint is so crazy. There's no way they get remonetized or monetized again on YouTube. He hasn't changed his content, his delivery, or what he talks about outside of Fresh and Fit. Him being on the Fresh and Fit platform really isn't a problem. It's Myron everywhere else. And when he goes on his tangents while on the platform.
And seeing how there's selective enforcement based on who you are versus what you produce, and all the social media platforms do this shit, whether it's Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I'll just say that we got put on the radar because of a certain topic.
Yeah.
And then from that point forward, it was game on. Let's find a way to get these niggas out of here. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Quote unquote, men are superior to women.
Yeah.
That was something that got us not approved for monetization.
They were not equally biologically.
Yeah, because I made a comment saying that men and women are not the same, and men are biologically superior to women. Months of content. Oh yeah, we're not going to approve you for monetization because of that.
These dudes have a victim mentality. There are tons of clips and content that they've made since they've been demonetized that would give YouTube a reason to not monetize. I remember when Myron was crashing out because Kai posted his girlfriend. That clip in and of itself would be a reason for YouTube to not want to fuck with Fresh and Fit. At the end of the day, these guys are playing victim, and they kind of set themselves up this way in the first place. I think we all know that YouTube, along with platforms like TikTok and Instagram, are the biggest platforms for exposure. Even though they weren't making money from it, without using YouTube to benefit them by drawing in more viewers, most likely they're just going to go over to Rumble. And while their views are good right now, their viewers will get less and less over time because they're not going to be drawing in new viewers. So like I said, it definitely looks like the Fresh and Fit downfall is complete. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.